Okay, now you can see that we just cut that plywood. Next thing is to put her in place. By the way, I put big screws in. I didn't show you, but I put big screws in down, 4-inch screws. Hold that 2x6 sill. And, like I say, this is poplar plywood, 3/4 inch. It's just a rough framing, so the windows will go in after I frame it all up, and then I'll probably put nice something finished on the sill, on the bottom, and then also on the top. So I'm saying that because I don't care where I nail, because this is just subsurface. See, she's taking shape. Okay, we got to make a board that's going to fit right here. Okay, on both sides. And this is how you figure out the angle. It's real simple. Take a sliding T-bell, just like this. Hang on a second. Okay, sorry about that. This is it right here. Boom, that's it. I got my side pieces. I'm going to go up inside to it. So, if you bear with me for a minute again. I have to run inside. This is what I got to use as a sledgehammer now. Sawzall. I got some major trimming to do right here. You can see up in there it needs to be trimmed out, so I gotta do that. Okay, you're gonna have to bear with me for a few minutes, but this is gonna be my top piece, identical piece for the bottom, and then I'll stud in between. Well, you'll see how I do that, but I have to put this upper piece in, so it's gonna take me a second. Okay, bear with me. I just got to get my gloves on. I try to do everything as easy as I can. So these are my ledger boards. Give myself a little room to slide that piece in. So that's and I'm putting the good side down. It's like an extra hand. The great thing about these guns is it's like kind of a light framing. It's a finished nail gun or a light framer, real light framer, so you can mess around with it and then put all your stuff together and then go and screw everything together, or a bigger nail gun. It looks good. And that way you can keep things level. You can pull them around. There'll probably be finished wood all around this. This is just rough framing on the inside. Okay, now I'll go cut my other piece and we'll figure out where the bottom goes and we'll put the bottom in. Okay, I've cut some stiles through the center. And these go in. These are double beveled, by the way. how they work. Pop the windows in. I can at least tack my windows in for the night. Hammer's out of the pocket in this. We're just tacking them for the night. Well, good morning, everybody. It's a brand new day in Seattle. It's not quite as sunny as it was Saturday when I was putting this window in. My next project here, I've actually only tacked these windows in. I've got 3 screws per window because I had to close it up for the night on Saturday night. Yesterday was Easter, it didn't work. And so what we're going to do is actually take these windows out again real quickly, and then we're going to put a shim underneath here just to raise the window up just a little bit because I want to raise it up only 1/4 inch. And then I've also decided that I'm going to add another 3/4 inch piece of this poplar plywood to the bottom. And these are my cutoffs from this original piece here, so I don't have to go in there and use a sliding T-bevel to try to figure out the angle again. I can just put this thing up in here and get my exact angle, and it's 15 inches wide. And we're going to rip that piece and then take these in the shop and match them up and cut those angles off on the new piece, and then we're going to attach the new piece of plywood underneath here. Okay, you're in my shop, it's all set up. And I'm ripping with the factory edge to the fence. This was cut off with my skill saw, and it was just a little bit wavy, so factory edge to the fence. Okay, and my length was 91.5 inches. So left side and right side because it's just the way it worked out. That's my left side piece. That's my right side piece. And I'm just going to do a pen mark here. Pen mark there. And then I'll use a straight line. That's because that was a skill saw cut too, and I didn't want it to be crooked. Make sure your straight edge is straight, of course. There you go. Then I can use a skill saw to cut that. I'm going to adjust my blade depth. That's the bottom piece there, and then we'll screw that in place. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, everybody, we're still working on this, the underside of the bay window. This is my extra 3/4 inch piece of plywood, and I'm going to use these 1¼ by 8" star drive screws, and I'm going to put them into, I'm going to pre-drill every 6 inches all the way around this thing, and I might have to get a star bit here also. I got the right one. I'm going to start over. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-drill this bottom piece of plywood that's going to go on the underside. We're doubling up that bottom piece of plywood. This is 3/4, the other one's 3/4. This is poplar plywood, real nice. And I'm going to use a star exterior screw. And it's 1¼ by 8, so it will not penetrate the other piece of plywood on the inside, because the inside is probably going to be finished. And so what I'll do is I'll go through and just pre-drill it all. And this is the underside, like I said, so it won't be even seen. But I like to have everything fairly finished. And this will probably get painted along with the rest of the house. And the reason I'm pre-drilling is because it'll suck this plywood up to the other plywood way better if you pre-drill it. And I'm using a countersink bit also. So this will give that whole bay window an awful lot of integrity. And then I'll take you out and I'll show you where I'm at with this whole thing. So what I'll do is have this all pre-drilled. I'll probably even insert a couple screws so it's ready to go. And then I'll take this guy. I'm all set up with this guy here, see? And I'll just do a couple just to get it in, you know, that way when I put it in place it'll be, I won't have to fumble around for screws. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to take you out there now. I'm going to show you how this is going to work. Okay, we're rolling again. And now, here's my piece of plywood here. Like I say, we're doubling this bottom up, so this is going to be a full inch and a half up in here. See, and like I say, it's already been pre-drilled. There's one. Now that has not gone into the inside of the plywood on the inside because the screws are just the right length. And so that's what we're going to have, see. She's all doubled up. It'll be real nice. And then I can trim all this stuff out, remount my windows again. I'm going to push them up a little bit, and then you can see the reason this is not falling down is because I've attached those blocks to the soffit, which is nailed very well up into the top there. And that's why the windows don't fall down. It's quite a solid unit at this point. And then I can always add, I'll either do 45s here, or I might trim it out with angled plywood all the way around so it has kind of like the look of the shadow right there. It'll probably have something like that on the bottom. Okay, now I'm just backfilling up top there. It all gets hidden anyway. These are special cuts. It's a little bit off of it. She's coming along pretty nicely. I'll be able to put the windows in tonight, at least to keep the weather out.